Welcome everyone to the Lower East Side. It's a beautiful sunny day here. Very cool, very breezy, and very quiet because usually Lower East Side is bumping in the weekends. Today, let's wander around this neighborhood, just enjoy the atmosphere for a short stroll. Let me know if you want me to feature anything. Right now we're starting at where the famous album cover for the Paul's Boutique album from the Beastie Boys was shot here at the modern day Wolf Nights gourmet wrap place. Really great wraps, actually. And let's wander around. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching for the first time, let me know if you're new. Hey, Motion, nice to see you here. Welcome, Motion. Hey, Kay. Hello, Deanne. Hello, Claire. Chris, nice to see you here. Welcome. Ooh, hello from Ukraine. Please let me know how to say your name phonetically. Thank you so much for tuning in. I miss this walk, says Reggie. As a musician, I used to rehearse and play all the music venues. Yeah, it's so sad that the music venues are gone. Hopefully they'll come back. New York City will be reopening on July 1st. Of course, those dates are not always 100% finalized, but so far that's the date that's being given, that's being thrown around. So hopefully we will be able to go to concerts again. Ooh. An electronic scooter store. Look at that. Margaret says, wonderful weather today. Yeah, it is. Hello, Judith. Nice building. Yeah. So, what building was this? Actually, really gorgeous building. Let's see if let's show it from the other side. Wow, beautiful. They remade it into what appears to be either apartments or some type of hotel. But the actual origin of the building must be really interesting. Must be beautiful apartments. Hey, Roland, is it just you or do you hear mariachi playing in the distance? I think it's just you. There's no mariachi playing in the distance. But in terms of mariachi being covered, that'll probably happen in 2 weeks. Or a little bit less than a week, actually. Wendy says, no Wi-Fi here at work, just click hello. Hey, Wendy, thank you so much for saying hello. Aloha, Lorraine. Wendy, nice to see you here. The other Wendy, Wendy M, nice to see you here too. Colorful district, I like it. Yeah, me too. Clean big windows, that's rare, says Judith. Well, I mean, here in Lower East Side, there's a lot of these older industrial buildings that were converted into lofts, very luxury lofts. So you do see big, clean windows. Any great hotel suggestions in the area? I don't have any experience with a lot of hotels in New York City, just because I've been living here. So I've actually only stayed in 2 hotels, and they've been in the past few months. So I haven't stayed in any places here in the Lower East Side. Though, if you can afford it, there's like 2 or 3 hotels that look really nice. And it actually might be worth staying in this neighborhood if you are more interested in the food and in the nightlife. Hey, Kathy from Michigan. Cold here in mid-Michigan. Today here is a bit breezy, but I'm glad it's enjoying the 60-degree weather before it turns into 90 sweltering degrees. Hey, Mark, nice to see you here. That's Bugs Bunny. Yeah, Bugs Bunny indeed. Just like an abstract version of Bugs Bunny, without eyes and a lot of ears. Rather disturbing. This place is super popular. Always a huge line in front. Today, of course, the line is tiny because there's almost no one here. But this is Korean rice hot dogs. sounds both terrible and amazing. Let's take a closer look. Hey, Neobo and Susan. Thank you so much for tuning in on Twitch. So they had an interesting mix of, like, they had like a toast with avocado toast, but like it's like served like in a, I don't know, a little cone. Where's the crowds? They're not here because it's in the middle of the weekday. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, this is a very popular spot in the weekends, especially when it's sunny, especially when it's warmer. Very popular, just in general, the entire neighborhood. A lot of these places get very full in the weekend, including this one. This one is very full, always has a line in the weekends. But on the weekdays, if you really want to take advantage of some of these food spots that are generally very popular, come here on the weekday. You generally, not have to wait online. Definitely construction nearby, yeah. Wendy says, looking so good. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy, I appreciate it. Yeah, there's some construction on. What are your favorite spots to eat? I actually just ate, so I went to Sunny Boy, which is an amazing Australian place. I'll point out another one. Let's actually walk just a little bit further down here. I'll point out another one. Hey, Sarge Tech. Claire, you like this shirt? I'm so glad. Judith, nice shirt. Thank you so much, Judith. I have many favorite places here. Here's Arlene's Grocery. This is one of the more popular venues. I actually never been in here, but this used to be one of the popular kind of indie venues. Bands that later became very popular have played here. If anyone knows who, do let me know. Hey Evelyn, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien. Estamos ahora explorando un barrio que se llama el Lower East Side, que traduce a la parte baja del este, aquí en Nueva York. Y antes mayormente puertorriqueños que vivían aquí y después dominicanos, pero ha cambiado y hay muchos restaurantes, muchos sitios de comer, desayuno, muchos cafés populares. So this used to be predominantly a Puerto Rican and Dominican neighborhood and has changed to become very gentrified with a lot of brunch places, avocado toast, etc. New Bull says the exact translation from Lower East Side to Spanish is la parte baja del este. Yes, it's quite literal. Yes, it doesn't roll off the tongue in Spanish as much as it does in English. Are you getting excited about your trip to Mexico? Says Claire. I am, Claire. Really, really deeply excited. I am hyped. The more I learn about the history, the more I find it fascinating. I actually have like a gigantic book that's almost 1,000 pages about the history of Mexico City that is just absolutely enthralling. Hey, Mags. And Wall Street, Keep Bro. Nice to see you here. Zap, hey, nice to see you here. Neilbo, ABX girl, we got a lot of people tuning in. I love the trees. Let me know if you're new, if you're watching for the first time. Leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from. Me encanta cuando hablas español. Oh, qué bien que te encanta cuando hablas español. Well, en la próxima semana voy a ir a la Ciudad de México, so va a haber mucho más español, o va a oír mucho más español. So next week I'm going to Mexico City. You're gonna hear a lot more Spanish when I go there. I love this kind of art. This is a sticker. You can tell right over here. Are you taking us with you? Says Serge. Yes, I'm fitting all of you in my bag. Yeah, so I'm fitting all of you in my bag over here. I hope you can fit. So yes, I'll fit a few hundred of you in here. If not, maybe a few thousand. Who knows? Maybe a few thousand want to come to New York City, to Mexico City. So I'll fit you inside there. Come very lightweight, everyone. Loving your coat, says Anastasia. Oh, I'm so glad. Can't wait to squeeze this in. Says Wendy. Like the new haircut, says Cynthia. I'm so glad you do, Cynthia. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, we got more artwork. This used to be the Orchid Street Hotel, but now it is defunct. But at least we have good street art. Beautiful street art, actually. Love it. Depicting the Lower East Side. And what bridge is that? Let me know. What bridge are they depicting right here? Hint, it connects to the Lower East Side. Trish says, okay, I want to learn Spanish. Our future daughter-in-law is Puerto Rican. Oh, that's so cool. Go to Wall Street, says Jay. Jay, there's a lot of Wall Street. Just search any of my previous videos. I hope you can start traveling around, more around the country and the world, since places are opening up. Yes! I mean, that's why I really want to show all of you. There's places around the world on live video, 360 and vlogs. So this is the Williamsburg Bridge. Williamsburg Bridge. Claire says I am tiny. I will fit in the back pocket. in the one of the tiny pockets. I'm glad. This is the Williamsburg Bridge. You're right, Neobu. You got it correct. Hey everyone. I won't be talking about any dynamics about the safety of live streaming. I disagree with my colleague. I'll leave it at that. I love live streaming and I really will continue doing it at all costs. So no talk about that moving forward. I appreciate that. Feel free to ask me anything about exploring cities or about enjoying travel and enjoying food, history, and architecture. Dutch says I'm with you. I'm glad. We'll keep it at that. Thank you, everyone. No worries, Dave. No worries. Keeping the good vibes is the most important thing in any endeavor. Say hi to James and Carla, says Kevin. Yeah, they spend a lot of time here. They do indeed. I would love to collaborate with them again. They're such an amazing content creators and live streamers. If you want to see a great perspective of the businesses inside, check out James and Carla. So we're just really zigzagging around. So if you're trying to follow the directions, I would recommend not doing so. Just pay attention to any landmarks I mentioned, and eventually you'll find your way around. Pat leaves a lot of star emojis. Thank you so much, Pat. We reached our stars goal on FB, 50,000 stars. So that will be going into doing more videos in Mexico City. Thank you so much. Hello, Jane from Wisconsin. Nice to see you here. From Wisconsin, welcome. Robert, my name is Ariel. Ariel, that's my name. Looks like the physical graffiti building. It looks like it indeed because it is in the same architectural style. But the physical graffiti building from the Led Zeppelin album is located in the East Village. And I've actually pointed it out before. Claire, is it wandering? Yeah, we're just wandering around. So this is one of the older factory buildings you can see here. This is, you can see the old signage. And after, of course, becoming a factory, it became a huge department store. Perrotin Beckenstein. Looks like a movie set. I agree. You have to start sending stars now for the next target. Okay, yes, I'm gonna put up a new target for exploring Hawaii. Probably be the next on the list. Jose says, I love your camera. I'm so glad you do, Jose. Thank you for tuning in. Looks like a movie set, someone said earlier. Yeah, it does. It does look like a movie set. Well, if you're familiar with films like The Godfather or Once Upon a Time in America, I think depicts a few scenes in the Lower East Side, maybe, if anyone can let me know. But I know there's a lot of movies that take place here in this neighborhood. Let me know, what's your favorite movie that takes place in the Lower East Side? As of recently, the television show How to Make It in America also has many scenes in the Lower East Side. Check that out. One of the main characters actually lives in the Lower East Side. It was an HBO show, ran for 2 seasons. One of my favorite New York City shows, bar none. So if you enjoy this neighborhood, watch How to Make It in America. Love the detail on your cam. I'm so glad you do. So here is Russ and Daughters Cafe. If you want some fancy bagels with some fancy lox and some fancy capers and some fancy cream cheese, slathered, smeared, all over, then come to Russ and Daughters Cafe. Highly recommend them. I think they're closed right now. Let's see. Are they closed right now? That's a shame. YouTube video? Yeah, indeed, I have, yeah. All right. Are they? Yo, bro, stop saying that, bro. So Thursday and Monday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're closed, that's why. This day. Wait, it is Thursday. Wait a minute. Something's off here. Is it already? Did we already pass 3 p.m.? Let me know. I don't keep track of time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have a watch. I'm just a person who kind of, time has all blended together. I have transcended time. So let me know what time it is. It's 3:30. Okay, that's why. That's why. Thank you. All right, so here we're gonna pass by many of the art galleries. If Hawaii's next, swimming lessons are in order, says Claire. If I cover Hawaii, it won't be the beach. Not too much. I will do a live stream at the beach, but it won't be too much. Mostly about the history. So here's a beautiful art gallery. Hey, how's it going? Here's a beautiful art gallery. And, Dean says time is relative. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. All the best live streamers always lose track of time once they go live. Indeed, indeed. I have no sense of time when I go live. Vignesh, we are not talking about that topic. Well, feel free to ask anything about travel, exploring cities. I don't want to cross Delancey yet, like they say in the film. I don't think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to be crossing Delancey. I think it's time to venture where I usually don't venture, which is further down this area of the Lower East Side, right next to the Williamsburg Bridge. Let's check it out. What's down there? What is down there? Will we find a fairy realm? Will we find avocado toast? We'll find a coffee shop that has transcended space and time and hence is in a different dimension. Who knows? Let's go further into the Lower East Side. The streets and avenues are very calm. Where are the New Yorkers, says Halil. Halil, this is a mostly either residential / nightlife neighborhood. So A, it's residential, people are at home working or they're in the offices working. B, ain't night. So there's no nightlife right now. That's why it's emptier than usual. Come here on the weekend, I have many times before on live video, it's packed to the brim. Let's cross. Expert Life says, ooh, the work is all. Let's not start that again. A cold brew, perhaps. Perhaps we will find cold brews. Who knows? Who knows? Well, I'll show you this mural first. It's really cool. Beautiful use of colors. It's at Vexta. At Vexta. Ronan says, if I go to Hawaii, I gotta do a Baywatch run. Alright. People have told me I look like a young David Hasselhoff. So yes, maybe. Hey Adam, nice to see you. How are you doing, Adam? Chris says, love this neighborhood. Moderators, if you see a new person tuning in, some name that we haven't seen before, do highlight them. Do let us know. Do remind me. I want to say hi to all the new people. Mighty Mole disagrees with me looking like a young David Hasselhoff. Well, Mighty Mole, I disagree with you disagreeing with me. Hey, Chris from Houston. Houston. Not Houston, because you're in Texas. It's Houston. Karina! Hey, Karina! How's it going, Karina? So, let's go beyond Essex. Tom, you're semi-new. Yes, Tom, welcome. You've been watching for a few weeks. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, Tom. Let me know where you're watching from. This guy won't let me cross. You guys know how to stop a vehicle? Pro tip. The way to stop a vehicle is just give them the hand. You give them the hand, they'll stop. And look them straight in the eye. Gets the cars every time. The honks and the sirens stress me out. The city would eat me alive. Yeah, I mean, there's a few places you could go to avoid a little bit of the sirens and honking. It's nowhere near as loud as other cities. Just watch next week because I'm going to be in Mexico City. I have a feeling that's going to be a lot louder than New York. And you could do a comparison. But I think don't take New York City for granted because it's much quieter than I've heard of many other large cities. The only city I went to that was immensely quiet was Helsinki. Helsinki, I barely heard a peep anywhere. And it's a city of 1 million people. But that's because, you know, the Finnish are the Finnish. So Nicola, have I ever been in Florida? I have been personally, but never on Urbanist. Jarno, when I've been to Helsinki, I actually made 1 week's worth of videos in Helsinki. Go to the Facebook, Urbanist Facebook page, and search back to the videos in 2017. And that's when I end up covering Helsinki for an entire week. That was before I started doing Facebook videos. Wendy, you're loving this stroll. I'm so glad. So we'll look at these gigantic new condos here popping off at Delancey. A lot of new development here in this neighborhood. Right over here, this neighborhood is 2 Bridges. It used to be a very unpleasant neighborhood. But now it's become a popular spot for developers to build their next multi-million-dollar condos. So it's beautiful. Ooh, what do we have here? What does this building look like, ladies and gentlemen? What does this building look like to you? Of course, now it's evident there is a Burger King on the first floor, but probably wasn't always a Burger King. Unless if Burger King likes to build their buildings similar to what type of building? The Inspired Life got it correct. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what used to be most likely a very educated guess was a theater. The way you can tell, it's huge, blocky, very minimal windows. Factories usually had way more windows because of fire regulations. So because of its little windows, it was most likely a theater. And then the way you can really tell it's a theater is when there's definitely no windows towards the back. So sometimes theaters might have a few windows in the front, but in the back, almost nothing. So you're right, Inspired Life. Inspired Life being one of the fellow architects that watch these videos. And the marquee out front. Yeah, you can usually tell with the marquee up front, but there is no marquee here. They did take it down. They took it down, which is a shame. They didn't preserve this marquee. Damn, Burger King. Well, you gotta take down beautiful architecture. Just blame it on the Burger King, everyone. Just like that Jamie Foxx song. Blame it on the Burger King. Let me know if you remember that song. Blame it on Burger King. Why is Burger King all tagged up? Because they're pissed off that they took away the marquee, of course. The historic theater marquee. They're pissed off.
Be back in tomorrow.
It's anarchist architects. So, here we got the grand entrance to the Williamsburg Bridge. Let me show you a little bit more. Anthony, nice to see you here. Josh is calling them anarchitects. No, that's a hard one. Anarchitects. Okay. So here, the Williamsburg Bridge, built in 1908, used to be known as the Jews Highway. Right here in the Lower East Side was one of the most densely populated neighborhoods in the entire world. For context, one of the most densely populated cities in the world is the capital city of Bangladesh. So just imagine what Bangladesh looks like today. Put that here in the middle of New York City in terms of density. But once they built this bridge, there was also upward mobility of Jewish Americans. And they started going across the bridge and settling all along Bedford Avenue in Brooklyn. And they basically followed all straight line from the bridge. So it's no coincidence that, geographically speaking, if you follow a straight line across the bridge beyond into Brooklyn, you find all the big Jewish neighborhoods. There's also a very funny vlog here with Casey Neistat, where he got it ticketed, I think here, once or twice for riding his bicycle straight ahead. And it was a very funny rant. If you want to learn a little bit more about bicycle infrastructure, check out that video by Casey Neistat, who is a famous YouTube vlogger. The Lobes Atlantic Theater was built in 1911. Thank you so much. The video quality is amazing, says Steph. What do I use? Magic. That's what I use. The magic of live streaming. Steph, in all seriousness, exclamation point gear. That's how you'll find my gear I use. Dutch Mall says Casey has definitely dropped the ball since living in New York City. Yeah, it's a shame that such a great New York City vlogger decided to leave to LA. And you know, LA ain't built for a New Yorker. That's what I'll say. Hey everyone, I'll say it again, I won't be chatting anything about safety at all. Ask me about travel, ask me about history, architecture, or food. Down to talk about anything related to exploring. As far as I'll say, I feel safe in these neighborhoods. Is there a philosophical chat this week, says Charlotte. Oh yeah, Charlotte. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Stay tuned. 4 p.m. What's the best shot to get? Oh, I don't know. Those external staircases are so iconic. Yes, they're called fire escapes. They are the balconies of New York City. Yes, they're very iconic, and they're very iconic in this neighborhood. If you want to see a lot of fire escapes, come to the Lower East Side. They're filled with them, to the brim. Coming in all different colors. People use them for all different reasons. And we got a lot of traffic. Lower East Side has a lot of traffic. It's because we're right next to the Williamsburg Bridge, and people try to... There's a lot of construction going on as well. So I'm gonna cross over here. All right. Serge says fire escape equals the poor man's terrace. Yes. Oh look, we have a watch out. We have a canopy right over here. Handy, the guy with the stop sign. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge construction site. I think that's why it's a little bit mad over here. Now, this is a really classic kind of thing you see in New York. It's called the Dominican hairstylist. And you often see the women with the aluminum on their hair. I don't want to point the camera inside there, but you see the aluminum on their hair. It's like something you would see like in the movie of the 1970s, instead of Dominicans or Hispanics, it was Italians. Same thing is happening today, just with a different demographic. I find it so amusing. Claire, nice to see you here. Hey, Mad Max, nice to see you here. Gretchen, my hibachi is always going on my fire escape, says Gretchen. Oh, yeah. Hibachi, what is that, a dog? Your dog? Mason says, heading towards the projects. Nothing to see there. There's some good street art. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You're about to see. So then straight up. We gotta cross the street though. The colors are really popping today. Hey, Ariel sent 500 stars. Thank you so much, Ariel. The other Ariel, my executive producer for my car tours. It is flipped in selfie mode, yes. Matt Max, you're in my neighborhood. Indeed I am. Go a little bit further up. Dean, nice to see you here. So here we have an older public school. I don't think it functions as a public school anymore. Let's see. So this area also used to be known as Loisaida by the former Puerto Rican residents. There's very few nowadays. If you see Hispanics in this part of the Lower East Side, it's usually Dominicans. Maria says, photos used when coloring the hair. Yeah, indeed. Thank you for clarifying with making highlights on the hair. Oh, here we have, I think, school in session, so let me stay outside the gates. But here is a little mural depicting the culture of the neighborhood. So we have the Dominican flag right there. The Dominican Republic, which is located in the Caribbean, right next to Puerto Rico, which is the next flag right next to it. We have Puerto Rico. I'm not sure what's that second flag there. Let us know. What's that second flag there, if it means anything. All right. John, do you have a friend who tunes in? Quisqueya, says Janice. Hello, Daniela. Nice to see you here. Danielle, welcome. Is it Mexico? No, it doesn't look like Mexico because it's red and white. Hello, Wendy. And Alan, please get well, Alan. Please get well. All right, let's continue walking around. Paige says your mask. I love it. I'm so glad you do, Paige. Thank you. Are we house hunting again? Says Rolo. All of Urbanus. This is one mega house hunting. One mega house hunt. It's a multi-thousand episode apartment hunting video. Hey T, nice to see you here. Ignacio, saludos. De México, oh, bienvenidos. Te esperamos con ansias. ¿Qué significa ansias? Porque bien, sí, estoy bien emocionado a visitar la Ciudad de México. Ooh, what do we have here? Yes. Look at this. What is this, ladies and gentlemen? Easy to tell because of the iconography. Daniel, do I speak Spanish? Sí, yo soy fluente en español. Yes, I speak Spanish. Que estamos emocionados. Oh, qué bien, qué bien. Anxiously waiting. Oh, thank you, Maria, for clarifying. So this was a synagogue erected in 1913. As I mentioned, this was the most densely populated neighborhood in the entire world. And that was mostly from the 1890s to maybe about 1930s. And some of the synagogues were tiny, like this one, 1913. Beautiful little tiny synagogue. I love the little red doors as well. I wish I can go in. I wish these synagogues would be open just like Roman Catholic churches, but they're not. Audio Slave says, con ansias significa es con ganas. Oh, qué bien. It's so cute. Is it still used as a synagogue? It appears to be so, yeah. It's called the Staten Street Shul. Staten Street Shul. Can you go inside someday? I wish I could. You know, these synagogues are a little bit tough to visit. But let me know if anyone knows any members of a synagogue. I would love to reach out and cover one in New York City. I've shown once 2 synagogues inside. So check out the synagogue. They're both on Facebook. So check out those videos. Yeah, this is a little garden, which means always green. Someone says that Bette Midler? Well, this is one of the many community gardens in both the Lower East Side and so why are there so many community gardens? This neighborhood has a few. Alphabet City is absolutely filled with them, which is the next neighborhood northward. Why are there so many? Well, for that we have to go back to the 1970s. And a lot of people had the term saying the Bronx is burning. So there was a lot of news stories covering the rampant arson and the rampant fires, both due to arson, both due to negligence and due to poor infrastructure that was happening in the Bronx. It was also happening in Bushwick. But those weren't the only 2 places. There's also happening here in the Lower East Side and nearby Alphabet City. Rampant fires or buildings just straight up collapsing because they were so derelict by the 1970s. Fires were being fought here almost on a daily basis in the Lower East Side. Kids used to play upon the rubble of these collapsed derelict buildings. And there's photos of this, I'm not exaggerating. Of course, I didn't live during that time, so I don't know exactly how it was, but you can see those photos. But that said, the community, they wanted to better the neighborhood. And these were mostly Puerto Ricans and then later Dominicans who wanted to better the neighborhood. And they started clearing out the rubble themselves, not depending on the city, not waiting for the city to do it, because the city was very slow in providing services to this neighborhood, that they cleared out the rubble and built their own gardens. And thus we have community gardens all throughout these neighborhoods. And you'll see also them in parts of the Bronx and parts of Bushwick as well, which were also hard hit. And when you come to a community garden, just keep that in mind, that they exist because the community came together and did something together for the good of the neighborhood, which is a good example of New York City's closeness, because New York City sometimes gets a bad rap for being this type of city that seems rather unfriendly and rather transient. Maybe neighborhoods nowadays are a little bit transient because there's a lot of young people coming in here and they, come and live in the neighborhood for 1 or 2 years and then move on. But New York, on a broader level, has always been a city that has these closely knit neighborhoods. This is a good example of how they were. Have you heard of Rivington School? No, I have not, Dutch. Where is it located? Have you visited Northport Harbor? No, I have not, John. No. I will be covering more Long Island starting June 9th. Stay tuned. Walk down Pitt Street. It says scuffed. What's on Pitt Street? Scuffle. Let me know. If anyone ever writes down a recommendation of what you would like to see, please let me know why I should go there. Here we have an Urbanus orange car. Urbanus orange. Oh yeah. Visit the Upper West Side. I have countless videos of the Upper West Side. Basically everywhere you think I have visited before. Just search up my previous videos. All right, here we have a community garden. And this one's actually open. This is the Clinton Community Garden in the LES. So we got art in the parks. Hey, how's it going? Good. Beautiful. Good. So here, just a little walk through the gardens. I usually come in and sit down. The guys, they take turns. The community takes turns in maintaining the garden. So there's always someone usually sitting down, and feel free to ask them. Most of them tend to be happy to tell you about the garden, especially the more elaborate ones. They'll have really cool stories. I've actually bumped into a few gardens where the community, some of the community members actually toured me around and gave me awesome insights to all the little plants and all the little succulents and etc. that they have there. Are those weird Pikachu things horse painted? I'm not sure. Yeah, they were like Pikachus, but I'm not sure why. Yeah, Pikachu's there. Gretchen says, when you live in Manhattan, you feel like you're part of the community. Yes. Carmen says, how beautiful. Yeah, how beautiful. Ania, Adam from Poland, nice to see you here. All right, let's cross. Oh, this is a nice area. Look at that, tree-lined streets. This is one of my favorite streets here. Let's actually walk through it. This is Clinton. All right, let me cross a little bit here. I've been to Philadelphia. Yeah, I've done 3 days in Philadelphia back in 2017. Kay says, I remember that little garden you went to where you met the lady and she gave you a full tour of the garden. Yes, yes, so Kay remembers that episode. I went to the Upper East Side. No, this was in Spanish Harlem. And it was a Bolivian lady who didn't know too much English. It gave us a full tour in Spanish of all the plants and everything. Really cool. Yeah, really cool people. So feel free to ask them questions when you're there. Ask them about what's there. Yeah. Ah, here's Ivan Ramen. All right, so, oh, this place is actually open. I'm very full right now. Otherwise, I would definitely come here and show it to you. Maybe we'll come back. But one of my favorite episodes ever from A Chef's Table. Let me know if you know that show. It airs on Netflix. Season 1, episode 4, if I'm correct, is about a Jewish guy from New York. And he grew up a little bit outside the border of New York in Long Island. And he was weirdly obsessed with Japanese culture, but he never knew why. And he never really read up on it. He really didn't like read books. So he didn't get obsessed by anything. He just knew that he had to go to Japan. So he started working at a Japanese restaurant on Long Island, and his name is Ivan. And he enjoyed it, but to him, it didn't feel like the real experience. So he decided to just on a whim go to Japan. Again, not really knowing anything about the country. And this, I think, was back in the 70s. And when he went to Japan, or a little bit later maybe, in the 80s or 90s, and when he went to Japan, he absolutely fell in love. So much so that he opened up a little ramen shop. And that ramen shop became one of the most famous ramen shops in Japan, which is extremely rare because in Japan, if you're a foreigner, they're not really going to look too kindly for you making their food. It's cultural differences. It's like almost saying a Puerto Rican goes to Italy and starts making high-end Italian food. Maybe Italians might not like it so much, but somehow he still got popular anyway. And he brought his ramen shop over here to the US, and here it is, Ivan Ramen. Check out that episode, Chef's Table, one of the best episodes I've seen of a food documentary show. I think it's episode 4. Let me know if anyone knows for 100% for sure. Oh, they have ice cream now. Ooh la la, cafe. I like that. Ooh, we got another Urbanist Orange car. Oh, we got a lot of Urbanist Orange cars today. Joe, yes, Chef's Table. Chef's Table. These restaurants and extensions came result of COVID? Yes, Robert, they came result of the pandemic, but they are here permanently. Yes. Good food will always be discovered, says Anthony. Indeed, Anthony. Now I've got to check out that show on Netflix. Yes, you do. You're going to really enjoy it. Really, it's a show that really touched my heart in a deep way. the beauty about that particular episode is you sometimes feel called to go somewhere or to visit somewhere. You can't explain why, but you just feel called to go there. And you know that the moment you go there, something's gonna happen, but you don't know what. And the thing is, for that episode, that guy couldn't explain it. He didn't even read about Japan. He wasn't like into anime. I have a few friends who are really into anime, and they want to go to Japan because of that. I have a few friends that are into Japanese history, and I want to go to Japan for that. This guy wasn't really into anything. He just felt that call. I felt that call before for Finland. I wanted to randomly go to Finland. I know for the longest time, years, I wanted to randomly go to Finland. I really didn't read up on Finland. I didn't know much about Finland. I just knew I wanted to go. And you know, by pure coincidence, the only tourism board that reached back to me when I first started Urbanist, and this was in 2017, was Helsinki Tourism Board, which is the capital of Finland. I reached out to so many tourism boards asking if they wanted to collaborate. And they were the only ones that reached back then. And that was the very first city I covered outside of Urbanist. And it was indeed magical. It was indeed a wonderful time. So follow your intuition if you end up getting a feeling of wanting to visit a place. PowerPoint. I started in 2016. It was 2017 when I first covered my first city outside of New York. So 2016. Here we have another mural. Lorraine says I might be going to Boston. Oh, I'm so glad, Lorraine. Judah says coincidence. It's scary when you don't believe in coincidences. Indeed. Hey, is Vitorbo? Oh, you're also named Ariel. Ariel C. I'm so glad it's Vitorbo. Oh, we have even another Ariel tuning in. Came for Facebook to give to Team Like. Yes, indeed. Hi, Chris from England. Nice to see you here. Here we have another synagogue. Congregation Shasam Sofer. Sorry for mispronouncing that. Do let me know how I pronounce it correctly. Congregation Shasam Sofer. John asks, do you like cats or dogs? I like pigeons. Do they hire to paint? So, okay, so these are this type of street art that we see over here. This is not graffiti because it's a mural. It's painted, it's an actual, like, they're painting something. But there's two types of street art or murals. You can call them permission or commission. Commission means that they're paying for the mural. The business decides to pay for it. Usually those murals tend to be advertisements. They look like murals, but they are advertising something. You see them a lot now in Williamsburg and in other parts of New York. But then there's permission. And permission murals are the ones where the building just gives permission. They don't pay, there's no transaction of money. But they just say, hey, you can paint my wall. This, in most likely, is permission, since it's not really advertising anything. And I doubt that the business paid for it. So most likely it's permission. Here's Paul's Cafe, famous cafe here in the Lower East Side. A lot of people working. John asks, where was I in 9/11? If you want to learn about that, watch my 9/11 video. September 11th video, which I published on September 11th, 2020. I talk all about that. Ooh, one of the best pancakes here are across the street. I'll show it to you in a bit. Susie, are you stopping for coffee? You know, I really am tempted to do so. There's a little bit about me that says maybe I should get coffee. I feel called for a coffee. But I don't know. You know, this show, I don't really talk about coffee on Urbanist, so I don't know if it's appropriate to have a coffee on this show. I don't know. You let me know. This is Clinton Street Baking Company. This is one of the best pancakes in New York City. Put it in my top 3. Have I had breakfast? Yeah, I did. They have cold drinks to go. All right, I got mute for a little bit. Bear with me. Alright. So yeah, there was just some hip-hop music. Pineapple pancakes. I'm not sure if they have pineapple pancakes. Sometimes you can find them. Alright. John says, copyright issue? Yep. John, that is correct. That is correct. You should try New York City dosa man. All right, everyone. I gotta make this into a Nightbot comment. Everything that you think I should cover in New York City, I most likely have covered it, and including the New York dosa man, various times. So yes, it's already done. You can watch the video. Your wish is granted. Now you gotta watch the video before. Mods, if you feel free to let people know, like, yeah, that's already been done. Shree says, oops, so no worries, Shree, no worries. Roland says, where you featured CVS. That I have not featured. That has not been featured as of yet. No CVS. Eddie Cano send you a PayPal. Say hi to my wife Norma. Hey Eddie, thank you so much for a PayPal. Eddie is always so kind to leave PayPals. I appreciate that, Eddie. Hope you're doing well. Hope your wife Norma is doing well, working and all. Christine says, today I wear the same exact clothes that you drew me in. Yeah, I'm so glad you did. Christine, if anyone wants to check it out, Christine posted on the Urbanists of the World Facebook group me wearing this exact jacket. She drew an amazing sketch. Check it out. Alright, let's zigzag even more to the Lower East Side. Saludos, Costa. Have you covered the avenue with the most traffic lights? Oh, Lou, I'm not sure what avenue you're referring to. So I don't know which one. Though I've walked basically every single avenue here in New York City. May Avenue D has been like the only avenue I have not worked. walk through. Joseph says, I'm so happy Action Kid introduced you to your channel. You're always entertaining to watch. Oh, I'm so glad you think so. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you tuning in, Joseph. Gretchen says it is a great drawing of you. Donald says she did a great sketch of you. Yes, she did. Urbanists of the World community page, right? Exclamation point community on YT if you want the direct link. It's a community group, Facebook group, so you can chat with your fellow urbanists. I love this car. What is this car? Oh my god. A Chang Li. This is a Chinese car. Oh my god. This is a really cool car. I want one. John says, say hi to a welcome person randomly walking. No, this is not that type of show. If you're new to this show, I don't really do random interviews with people. I might spontaneously do it if it feels right, if it's about history, if it's about food or the architecture. That might happen, but this is not the type of show. There's a bunch of other shows where you can have someone who interviews people on the street. Billy on the Street. That's a show you should check out. It's an electric tuk-tuk, yeah. Look at this beautiful garden. This is a Suffolk Street community garden. Let's go inside. Ah, wow. John says, you said New York City is so friendly. Yeah, it is. I just don't randomly talk to people. It's something I don't really want to do. Charlie says you could probably pick it up and take it home. Yeah, indeed, I can. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, here we have another gallery. Oh, I love that. Very abstract. Okay, thank you so much for highlighting the people watching for the first time. So here's another art gallery. A lot of art galleries here in Lower East Side. So if you're looking for some new art to don your penthouse apartment in Tribeca, this is the place to go. Because I know a lot of you viewers, right? A lot of you are looking for new art, multi-$1,000 art for your Tribeca penthouse, right? I know I have a lot of viewers like that. Or you could buy Urbanist merch. It's a lot cheaper than the art, and sometimes it's prettier. Ooh, look at these two houses. Ooh, look at this tree line. Oh, I've never seen this tree. Let's take a look. If you want some art, teespring.com/stores/urbanist. Rather than spending multi-thousands of dollars, all you gotta do is maybe spend a few tens of dollars. Urbanist.darkroom.tech. Right there you can buy Urbanist prints as well. If you enjoy my photos, want more New York City and other cities in your life, you can do so. Roland says, I'm so generous, giving apartment and art and everything. Hey, Han, nice to see you here. I can't read that language, but if you know how to write in English, feel free to do so. I'm happy to respond to you. Here we got a menagerie. Have you a print of the Empire the other night? No, you know, that type of shot is very hard to capture in a very nice way. So I don't have a print of that one. Jao says Ariel's getting quicker with the mute button. He has Ultra Instinct activated. Indeed I do. Highly recommend Dark Room. Oh, I'm so glad you do. Hey, Roger, pregunta en español. ¿Qué teléfono utilizas para grabar, por favor? Gracias por streaming. Escribe... ¿Cómo se dice exclamation point? How do I say exclamation point in Spanish? Do let me know. Exclamation point gear, if anyone can write down. Roger, yo uso el iPhone 11 Pro Max. Ese es el teléfono que yo uso. Y el servicio que yo uso aquí en Estados Unidos se llama Verizon. Vita says, did I cross on the red light? No, never. You did not see that happen. I always follow the law. I am a 100% law-abiding citizen. Yes. Random says I wouldn't mind a Ariel bobblehead. Carry the camera. Hey, Xiaoxi from Mexico. Oh, bienvenidos. Ya mismo voy a Ciudad de México. So, mira la próxima semana. Gracias por viendo hoy. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Janice says, thank you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm glad you got the reference, Janice. I'm glad you got the reference. Mag says, we see nothing. Yes.
Bravo.
Oh, we got another community garden here. This one has a little bit more artwork. I love this. Sans the person's coughing. It's beautiful. I say it's beautiful and then boom, someone's coughing right in front of it. No coughing allowed here. Rola says fence. Janet says these are not the droids you're looking for. Yep. So if anyone doesn't know, I was referencing Obi-Wan. So there's a Greek synagogue building on Norfolk Street. I think we passed by it. Yeah, we did. I think, Amanda. Matt says you look like a celebrity. I am not a fan. Bad service. A yoga shop. Rama Institute for Applied Yogic Science. Love that. Here in the Lower East Side, you also find interesting shops of the like. So let's try coffee shop. I haven't tried yet, but I heard it's very good. We're gonna walk towards it. Gretchen says Ariel's definitely our celebrity. Will you be live every day in Mexico? To me, it depends on whether data actually works. So I can't confirm because I can barely find any live streamers in Mexico. So I don't know if I'll be able. stay tuned. Though I do intend to go live on the same scheduled time, at least, at the very least. I would love to, ideally, you know, if I have data that's unlimited and actually works, I would love to go. Yeah, if anyone knows any live streamers in Mexico, do let me know. I want to know if it actually, you know, if there's any. Let me know. All right, we got one more stop here today on this wander, so let me know if you have any questions. Are the hours different? Just 1 hour behind, but I'll be going still live Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. New York time. That's about 4 live streams. That's, I think, exactly 4 live streams. Or a little bit more. I gotta count them. A little bit more, I think. And it's 12 p.m. Mexico time. Are you streaming your vacation, Matt? Matt, despite my travels looking like vacation, they are not meant to be vacation because most of my random guys yelling random things. Most of my time there is spent researching, going to places, filming, live streaming, trying to connect with either museums to feature. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that you don't see. So, you know, the reason I can tell you the history of the Lower East Side is because I do my research. In this case, I didn't do research exactly before this live stream because I already done research beforehand, but I'm continually always reading and researching new topics in New York City. And in this case now with Mexico City, I'm reading a whole lot and getting very in-depth into the history. So that's why I can even give you educated guesses of the architecture and city infrastructure or about the history as well. So that's part of the behind the scenes magic. Though I do make it look like a walk in the park. And sometimes it's literally a walk in the park, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. This is one of the taller buildings here in Lower East Side. Wow. TL says, like for your uplifting energy. Indeed. Alright. So where is Cafe Vita? Take one walk. Yeah, alright. Well, I gotta go this way. Is there such thing as Mexican coffee? You know, I'm actually surprised. I've been doing my research on Mexican coffee culture, and it's surprisingly very strong. Actually, it shouldn't be so surprising because a lot of coffee is produced in Mexico. It's just the thing is here in America, we usually don't encounter Mexican-made coffee too often. Our coffees come from a lot of South American countries, a lot of African countries instead. But yes, there is Mexican coffee. Stay tuned. I will be covering it either live or on a recorded video. So we're basically walking to the same spot because we only have one more spot today. Mag says we drink coffee when it's hot. Yes. Judith, only Mexico City. No, not really venturing beyond that. Mexico City and Teotihuacan, which is right next door. I'm definitely expecting oh yes, I will be hunting the best avocado toast in Mexico City. I am determined to find it, and you will see that journey It will be documented in some way or another. You might be wondering, why the hell am I covering avocado toast? Such an American thing to cover in Mexico City. Well, yes, it is. But Mexico is also known for their amazing avocados. So, I gotta see if these two worlds combine. You're walking faster, you must be thirsty, says Gary. Indeed. Indeed I am, Gary. Is New York City anything like Seinfeld? No, Matt. Seinfeld is very different times. The 90s were a very different time, indeed. All right, let's go for our coffee break. We're gonna try this place called Vita, Cafe Vita. I never tried it before. Let's try it out. Bear with me, might be a little bit silent. They closed? They're closed. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. That is terrible. They're closed. Who closes coffee shops at 4 p.m.? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta be able to drink coffee at all times of day. Every single time of day, coffee should be available. 3 a.m. coffee should be available. It should be. All right, let's find a second place. If anyone has any recommendations, do let me know. I think I have a friend of mine who gave me another recommendation. And here we go. Car crash waiting to happen. Susan, thank you so much, Susan. I hope you're doing well. 100 stars in total. Thank you so much. So much for living La Dolce Vita. Nope, living La Dolce Vita, I am not. There's so many people tuning here. Thank you so much. So many people tuning here, turning here. Everyone, this is a segment of the live stream where I lose my in case the little ones are watching. You ever see that, like, it's like Seinfeld, there's always that like one funny scene where just the character, is usually Kramer, just really gets pissed off. That's gonna be a moment. We're gonna have a Kramer moment. Like, no coffee? How dare they? Are people walking home from work? Yes, yes. You feel that people should be more professional? No. People here dress very casually. La tu video says coffee shops means something different in Netherlands. Yes, it does. It does indeed. All right, let's go up here. Speaking of Seinfeld, no coffee for you, says Donald. It's no soup. Yeah, indeed. You look like you're going to be on Project Runway with that jacket, says Leanne. Indeed, Leanne. Indeed, I do. Ariel, are you good? Diana says for coffee. Thank you so much, Diana. All right, let's explore. Let's see. Let's see what we can find. What can we find here? Thank you so much, Diana. I appreciate you for sending that super chat. Thank you. All right. Hey, happy Poco. Nice to see you here. Happy Poco from India. Welcome. I'm curious, is the streets open for traffic or just walking? Nope, they're open for traffic. Some streets are pretty empty. It's not that much traffic passing through. Wendy says you're speeding up. Indeed I am. Indeed I am. Well, you know, usually when I walk through the same street, I just speed up. We're on the hunt. We're on the hunt for some good coffee. I just haven't seen any yet. Can anyone remind me what's the intersection of Dudley's? I have seemed to have lost Dudley's. So if anyone could search right now, just so I won't be wandering in circles. Where's Dudley's? That's the coffee shop I would show you. Dudley's. Let me know. This is supposed to be rush hour. Oh yeah. It's a residential area. Coolest little intersection. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice indeed. Orchard and Broome. Ah, it's in Broome. That's why. Oh, it's much farther down. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's walk the other way because just to show you a new street. The Hunt for Good Coffee is Urbanist biopic title. Indeed. ¿Qué lugares consideras peligrosos en Nueva York? Roger. En Manhattan tú estás básicamente bien abajo de la calle 96. Básicamente es bien seguro. Casi toda área por la noche. Below 67th Street, you're good. Ooh, imported Eurasia food. The huge British flag. We got some Marmite. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Gary says best flag ever. Gary, I think you might be biased, Gary. Hey, from Russia, do let me know how to pronounce your name. Wasn't this a bookstore? Yes, Sakura, there was a bookstore before, a feminist bookstore called Blue Stockings. Seems to be currently closed. Pat says... What did Pat say? Pat says, I welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. See if they have any pies. I didn't see any pies, but we're gonna walk to a place where they have a little treat, little classic English / Australian / New Zealand treat. I think you might know what it is, Kay. It looks like a, I would call it a British cannoli. It's no cream, it's stuffed with meat. Stay tuned. Huh? Hey AR, nice to see you here. Looking at all the empty shops. So, yeah, right now we are in Allen Street. There's not that many shops open here. You know, it's not a very popular area to walk through for some reason. I'm not sure. It gets very little foot traffic compared to inside the neighborhood. Thank you so much, Janice. Yes, thank you so much. It used to be popular, says Rayesh, really. Eating in the streets. Is it returning to normal? Oh my God, Swedish candy. Wow. Swedish candy. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so cool. I don't like candy, but wow, that's so cool. All right, this is the wonderful thing about wandering. You bump into the most interesting, weirdest places. The Swedish candy. Come on, that's so interesting. All right, everyone. I said we weren't going to do it, but we have to. It is requisite to complete this journey. We have to do something I said that I wanted to avoid. We have to live through a movie reference, because here we're met with Delancey Street, and guess what? We must be crossing Delancey. We cannot escape the movie puns, not even in a humble show about the Lower East Side. So, let's cross Delancey. Let's do it. If I can put on this mask. Nice face mask. Thank you so much, Matt. Appreciate it. All right, everyone. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lanes. We gotta cross 7 lanes. Are you ready? Do you know how to play Frogger? Because the light is only like 5 seconds long. Go! All right, will we make it through Delancey? We gotta dodge cyclists. We gotta dodge vloggers. We gotta dodge tour buses. And we gotta dodge a tenement museum. Whew, all right. All right, we survived that movie pun. Whew. We survived the movie pun, everyone. Crossing Delancey. We have officially done so. Now, we're safe. I see coffee in the distance. Sandra says let's start Starbucks. Sandra, we don't talk about Starbucks here in New York City. In a smaller city, yeah, we'll talk about the S word. But here we don't say the S word within the confines of the city. B. Griffin says close call. Yeah, indeed. Alright, we have arrived to Dudley's. Let's see if I can order myself a coffee. Crossing fingers. Crossing fingers just like we crossed the Delancey. like cold brew, please, and a sausage roll. Thank you. What? Black, please.
It's also like early enough that if I literally slept for 80 hours in my body. So I don't think that I use it. And my son has to go back and get out of bed. They're out of work. She's stuck. She did it for like a week, but it's really hard this year because usually these meetings get guys that at night like drink fast and stuff everything with like nothing. It's like if we only like communicate
Thank you. Hey, how's it going? So cool. That's why it's so loud. Thank you. Thank you. Betsy, thank you so much. I appreciate you. For the $2 super chat. Thank you. No, we wait. Rosie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rosie and Betsy. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right. So we're waiting for the sausage roll to heat up. Stay tuned. It takes quite a while to heat up because this one's so fat. This is a gigantic sausage roll, so I'm excited. right, it's coming. That's all. I'll look at that part. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right, cool. So I got sausage roll. I just gotta find a place to sit, so bear with me. Place to sit where I don't invade another restaurant. So bear with me. That was Dudley's. Dudley's on Broome and Orchard Street. And they're in my top avocado toast videos. Check out that video. 5 best avocado toasts in New York City. And I absolutely love them. But I gotta find a place to sit. So bear with me. Or put down my camera at least. Looks good, yeah. It's loud, yeah, because of that vent. That vent is so loud. It's so loud. But the restaurant inside or the other side of the outdoor seating is much quieter. So I do recommend it. It's one of the best Australian brunch places in New York City. Alright, I think I see a place to sit. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Matt says outdoor space is finally being maximized. Yes, indeed it is, which is very nice. Very nice. Tabby says grab a bus. Yeah, Tabby. Alright, cool. This guy's cutting the red light. Here in New York, we say this guy gives no Fs. That's how we say in New York. That dude used the hand trick and it worked. Joe, indeed he did. Indeed he did, Joe. I told you, the hand trick works. It works, even to pissed off taxi drivers. You should go to Germany, says Matt. Matt, yeah. I do intend to go to Germany at some point. Stay tuned. All right, I found. Welcome to my office, everyone. This is my WeWork. All right, we have arrived. That was fun. Okay, whew. That was quite a awesome walk through the Lower East Side. The walking portion is done. Let me show you the treats that we end up getting here in Dudley's in Lower East Side. So I end up getting a cold brew coffee. Ooh, it's chilly. It's both chilly and hot at the same time. I got cold brew coffee, but they served in a hot coffee thing, so that's why I got the straw. So it's a cold brew. Let's try it out. Oh, it's very good. It's very good. Let's try that again. It's very, very kind of bright, very bright cold brew coffee. It's definitely very well done. So sometimes cold brew coffee, if it's badly done, it sometimes has a little bit of a funky taste to it, especially the aftertaste. That's when you can tell it's like not either a badly done cold brew coffee or it's just they're cheating and putting hot brew over ice. So I definitely could tell this is real cold brew. It's really delicious, absolutely delicious, absolutely delicious. So very flowery, very bright cold brew. Let me show you the sausage roll. Oh my god, I haven't tried the sausage roll yet. It's gigantic. Oh my god. It's huge. They even give me some ketchup? What? Ketchup with my sausage roll? Is this an Australian thing? Hey, Aussies watching, let me know. Is this an Aussie thing? You guys eat your sausage rolls with ketchup? I don't personally. I don't put sugar on my sausage roll because ketchup is mostly sugar. All right, let me show you the sausage roll. Let me give you a dissection. Hey, AR! What are you looking for most to Mexico? AR left a $5 super chat. I'm looking forward to the most is Teotihuacan, which is the ancient pre-Aztec temples from a mysterious pre-Aztec civilization. Absolutely looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to seeing the Church of Guadalupe, La Basílica de Guadalupe, where many centuries ago there was a miraculous vision of the Virgin Mary. And I'm actually really hyped up to tell you that story, so stay tuned. Ketchup on sausage rolls definitely done in the UK. Oh, really? Okay. Watch out for the ancient aliens. I hope to hang out with them, Greg, the ancient aliens. I heard they're cool peeps. I hope to hang out with the Anunnaki. The Greys, I wouldn't hang out with the Greys. They're a little bit stiff. They're a little bit stiff. All right, so here is the sausage roll. Look how huge this sausage roll is. Oh my God. Oh, Frank is here. Frank is that big burly pigeon. He's trying to chase a bobette. I don't think Bob would appreciate that. Look at that. What is a sausage roll, you may ask? Well, it's a roll stuffed with a huge sausage. There we go. That's it. That's the show. Thank you so much for watching. No, I'm joking. I'll eat it. I'll take a bite. It's huge. Yes, it is huge. I gotta use a napkin for this. Pretty big napkin. Oh, look how greasy this is. Oh my God. Greasy, sausagey, pretty rolled up. Was good. Flaky. Oh, this is so good. I'm about to tear up. I feel instantly transported back to the tiny streets of London, eating this gigantic sausage roll. Wow. It's huge, gigantic, the bigger that I've seen in New York City. Got anarchists in the distance. I can't see it, but someone let their muffler exhaust a lot of smoke. Yeah, very loud. So it's huge. This is the bigger of the sausage rolls I've seen in New York. Usually, there's only very few places in New York that has sausage rolls, period. Like Mayors of Keswick, but it's tiny. It's tiny. It's very small. They have a bigger one, but it's like half the size of this. This one's massive, and I think I spent only $8. So for New York City standards, it's a pretty good price. So it was about $5 this one. The breading is good, super flaky. Lots of flakes in here, lots of layers. So it's very well layered. It's not all mushy. And the sausage itself is gigantic. And yeah, I think that might be caraway seeds, though I can't really tell. Anyone let me know. Let me know if it's caraway seeds. The sausage itself isn't so heavy. which is actually good for this size. Sometimes sausage rolls, they might look small, but they really pack a punch to the gut because they're so heavy. They're so dense, that sausage, and greasy, like a good pork pie. If you try that classic pork pie that's actually protected by UNESCO, I think, and also protected by England. It's definitely protected by England. It's small, but it's extremely dense. This one's not that dense, and I like it because I'm having a bigger sausage roll, but I don't feel like I'm having too much food. So it's a really good combination. Let's have one more bite. And they have a little bit of salt flakes on it. The Greggs sausage rolls are a bit more dainty than that one, yeah. But it's not as hard, not as dense. So the sausage, and the sausage isn't as kind of heavy in taste. It's a little bit lighter in taste. A Milton Mowbray pork pie. Thank you so much, Susie. Milton Mowbray pork pie is the protected pork pie of England. Lout says rate it from 1 to 10. I only rate benches, and maybe in the near future I might be considering it. I might be rating avocado toasts. It's the only thing. That's where I cross the line. That's why I don't cross the line. I mean, add a drop of mustard to refresh the palate. Yes, don't eat the napkin. It's too late. Napkin is really good as well. I miss the Gouda inside. There's no Gouda inside. No. Not in classic sausage rolls, which are also eaten by Australians. No Gouda. No cheese. Pure sausage and puff braised straight. We should have a Greggs Appreciation Club, says Shayla. And I'll fill you up. Nice snack stop. And love your shirt today, says Sue. I'm glad you think so, Sue. And let me see if I missed any of the comments. Do you know any places that have good niches? Actually, the most historic niche place is close by. I don't know the name. If anyone could remind me of the name, it's located on Houston Street. I've actually featured it many years ago, back when I first started Urbanist, early 2017. I actually featured that niche place. I haven't been back there. I find niches so heavy that I really don't eat them, and so they're mushy. They're just pure mush. So I usually don't have them. But I think the second place that you can get a great niche is Zabar's in the Upper West Side. It's an amazing supermarket with a lot of Jewish American goods, including niches. So the name of the famous niche place is Yonah Schimmel. Thank you so much, B. Griffin. Yonah Schimmel. Yonah Schimmel. Thank you so much, B. Griffin. I appreciate it. And that roll match. Interesting and insightful indeed, says Wendy. I'm so glad. Try a square slice sausage on a roll. A square slice, you mean? Like a Prince Street slice, says Ricky. Maybe. I did. Where's the truly in New York? Means Edgar. Everywhere. Everywhere is truly in New York. All right, everyone. So let me know if you have any last remaining questions. I'm going to take one more bite of this. This was Dudley's in Lower East Side. Highly recommend them, not just for their sausage roll, for their coffee. It's a great restaurant. Sit down, have a good avocado toast. One of the best ones in New York City, in my opinion. And there's a lot of great other places in the Lower East Side that highly recommend going all around. Stay tuned. May 13th or May 27th, I will be going to Mexico City. So thank you so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.